Hello everyone and welcome to another One Punch Man, the strongest video. Today we'll be looking at gears. However, before we proceed, I do One Punch Man content, so if let's say you want to see more of this content in the future, please like and subscribe. Okay, so for gears wise, there are actually roughly 4 ways of getting it. Number 1 is your club boss over here. So generally, if let's say you're a newer server, right, you generally want to clear out all the way until Jerial. So once you clear the Jerial, you'll unlock this chest itself. This one is important because for each attempt that you make, you can actually plus 1 on this challenge amount. So if let's say you plus 50, then you will get 1 free orange gear guaranteed over here. Yeah, so if let's say you only kill until Glory Boss, after 50 attempts you only get 1 purple plus gear. And recommendation is on a newer server, generally you want to work with a club to clear the Jerial as soon as possible. Then for older servers, most likely you will have the Boros unlocked already. However, if let's say you are in the middle server that clear out the Jerial but not the Boros, then in this case you might actually want to stick to the Jerial because it gives you 1 orange gear every 17 days. Because if you take 50 attempts, you divide by 3, it will take you roughly 17 days to clear everything out. Then the next one will be your resist invasion. So resist invasion, a big mistake that I see people make is that they are not able to clear the last chest. So if you look at my club, okay, there are still players that are not able to clear 200. So if you take a look at rank 15 onwards, so all these players, right, they are not able to clear the 200 chest. So why is this important is because of this, the chest itself. So if you take a look at this last tier 4 chest, right, you'll notice that there is a claim 14 out of 20. For every day that you hit the last tier chest, you will actually get a plus 1 on this. So essentially, if let's say you only clear until tier 3, right, for every 12 midnight reset, you will see this one is at 0. So if you keep on clearing the tier 3 all the way, you'll only be getting the tier 3 chest. However, if let's say you are clearing the tier 4 chest, every 20 days you'll be guaranteed a free orange gear. So this one is something to take note. And if let's say you're not able to do this, although you have your Joros unlocked, but my recommendation is to continue doing the Goketsu, because although the chest gear sounds very good, however, once you open it up, you realize that the rewards are the same. The main thing is to get the guaranteed orange gear. The third way is the dojo. So for dojo itself, we will actually do a video on it at a later date. However, what you need to know is that it has 2 types of reward. The point reward, which is upon clearing the stages, upon clearing the points over on the left side, you are guaranteed to get these gold coins, which will help you in later on inside the shop. So you get 150, 150, 150, 150. So a total of 600. Then for your rank rewards, this one will be issued to you once every 2 weeks. So generally, I would say if let's say you have been following the guide so far, getting to rank 100 or so should be no issue for you. So you will be getting 1.2 thousand points per 2 weeks. So you add this 600 and add this 1.2 thousand, you will get a total of 1.8 thousand. Then if you take a look at the shop over here, you'll notice that there is this thing called the resist orange gear. So for resist orange gear, this one is essentially you use 150 points to get 5 orange shard. So essentially getting 4 will grant you 20 shards, then from there 20 shards will grant you 1 orange gear. So essentially you are using 600 points to trade for 1 orange gear. So just now you get 1.8 thousand, you used to buy all the 12 pieces. It will essentially give you 3 orange gear per 2 weeks. So this one is actually very huge. For most players, I would suggest getting the orange gear first over the SAC and over the logs. Reason being, for this SAC, although it sounds good now, but essentially you're getting only 3 SAC per 2 weeks, which is 6 SAC per month. So this one, I would say 6 SAC won't really help you that much. If let's say you raise up the gears itself. For SAC video, you might want to check my SAC guide, but 6 SAC really is not going to help. If let's say you have maxed out orange gears for all your arena characters already, then maybe consider getting the orange gear or getting the log, depending on which one you are lacking. But for general new players wise, you definitely want to focus on getting as much orange gear as you possibly can. Okay, the fourth way is your Conqueror Challenge, which can be found over here. So for Conqueror Challenge, you can actually either go solo or form a team or join a team. So essentially this one is RNG based. So for this one, I'm not really a big fan because the sets that they give is essentially all these that you see over here. So lightning, scholar, martial arts, depending on which one you do, they will have the different sets. But generally, I'm not really a fan of the normal gears. Yeah, so and also for club contest, inside the club vault you can actually get orange gear. So far I have not gotten any, but I actually seen some players getting the orange gear from there. So yeah, definitely try your luck inside there. Then for gears itself, you will actually need to enhance the gear. So enhancement wise, you actually need your gear cards, which can be found on the Conqueror Challenge that we went through just now, and also your SAC. For SAC, I did a video on it a couple of days back, so you might want to go back and check out the video if you have missed it. So generally, you will actually want to look at your arena team. So for example, I'm using this arena lineup. What I will do is I will only enhance the gears on my arena lineup. If you look at my other characters that are not on my arena team, generally they will have level 0 or very low level gears itself. Reason being, you actually want to focus your gear cards on these 6 characters. So if let's say any of these 6 characters is to be replaced, you can straight away just reverse the whole gear. So one reverse will actually do the trick. Then on top of that, I see a lot of people deciding on whether they want to use the set gears or not a set gear. So generally, you actually want to follow this rule of thumb. So if let's say you are using a full blue set and you are able to make a full purple non-set, then you'll go ahead and put on the full purple non-set. However, if let's say you have a full purple set, so a full purple set will look something like this, then you'll go ahead and put on the full purple set. However, if let's say you have a full orange non-set, generally you actually want to put on your full orange non-set. If let's say all these are non-set, but they are actually good gears, good attack gears, depending on whether it's a tank or DPS. But if let's say you have a full orange non-set, then go ahead and put it on. Then if let's say if you have a full orange set, then in that case you want to use the full orange set. I have actually tested out the difference between non-set and set on cloud force and resist. It actually does the same amount of damage. So if let's say I were to do this, I tested this out now. So if I use a non-set, but I only change this one from a purple to a orange. This one is actually the same damage as this one, but other than that, not much difference, honestly. Yeah, so why I will actually recommend, although have one purple but you still go for the primer, is because although the cloud force and invasion is the same amount of damage, but inside PvP, by having a primer set, it will actually help you in sort of taking out the units of the same column. So if let's say you're missing only one or two orange gear itself, then you can actually consider taking this, putting it as a whole set. For this one, I'll leave it to personal preference now, but generally you actually want to follow the general rule of thumb, which is if let's say you have a set of the same tier, then you use the set of the same tier. If let's say you have non-set of a higher tier, then you want to use the non-set of the higher tier. That's the general guidelines to follow. There are special sets such as the flash set and also the monk set. So for the monk set can be found over here. So if let's say you manage to make a whole monk set, then your speed of the character will actually be increased by 10%. Then for the flash set over here, it will be the same thing. If you manage to make a full set, then the speed will increase by very big, because if let's say you look at my Gorillaz, if I were to remove the set over here, I will only have 535 speed. However, if I put on just a 40 speed gear I put onto it, it actually grants me about 100 speed or so. So the set for monk and also flash set, you can actually consider keeping these for future users. So in the future you have your Armai mask and also your Sonic coming out. So if let's say you are planning to do well in PvP, you can consider start to wash for your 3-speed line protection card. Then on top of that, you might want to keep all your monk set that gives speed, and also your flash set that gives you speed. Another thing to note is that for your blue gears, once you manage to farm more or less full purple gears already, you can actually dismantle all the blue gears that you have to make more gear cards. Just now after I dismantled, I got the gear card, so I will actually raise up the levels of my gears over here using the gear cards that I got. Then on top of that, you'll notice that there is an additional currency. That is this blue color thing that you see on top over here. This one can be used for your gear purchase. So if let's say you have some tickets lying around, you can actually reset the shop to look for some orange gear. So in this case, if let's say I see an orange gear over here, I'll just purchase it. Yeah, so generally this one, I won't really count on this to give me any good gears. So it's just a good feature for if let's say you are dismantling your gears, then you can use this feature to sort of get back some gears. That's about it. Yeah, so I would say generally you don't want to worry about the gears too much because you will actually farm it over time. So as long as you follow these simple strategies, which is basically how to obtain the gears, how to use your enhancement material, your SAC, and your gear cards, and also to farm up your monk and flash set over here for future usage. So generally you will do quite well already. Yeah, so I hope that you found this helpful, and if you enjoy the content, please like the video and also subscribe to the channel. With that, thank you for watching and have a nice day. Bye bye.